Robert Burns died on the 21st of July, 1796. 5 years later, in July 1801, a group of his friends got together to commemorate 5 years since he died. That was the first Burns supper. Nowadays, of course, we meet in January or thereabouts, the closest to his birthday, to have Burns suppers across the globe. But I thought it was right at this time that I would share with you my own tribute to Robert Burns in this anniversary of his death. Now, you'll gather that I'm very much a lover of the poetry, so for me to do a tribute to Burns, it has to be in rhyme. And this is my tribute to Robert Burns. Good friends and cronies all, it gives me so much pleasure to sit before you here the night and toast old Scotia's treasure. There's no one else across the globe deserves such adulation, whose message to the whole world o'ers, admired in every nation. Then let us pray that come it may, as come it will for all that sense and worth o'er all the earth shall bear the gree and all that. For all that and all that is coming yet, for all that man to man the world over shall brothers be, for all that. If all the heeds and quacks of state would take the time to listen, the world would be a better place, a safe, harmonious vision. But let us head back to the start, to old Alloway by Ayr. The eldest bairn to Agnes Brune was born for us all to share. His father was a farmer upon the Carrick border, and carefully he bred him in decency and order. He bade him act a manly part, though he had ne'er a farthing, for without an honest manly heart, no man is worth regarding. To Will Burness, our special thanks. Without you, we'd Nathan. You gave the bard the gift to shine, a fair old education. John Murdoch came to teach the wains. They could read and write, nae fear, but then told all the world that Burns had a dull and tuneless ear. Aunt Betty sometimes came to stay, scary stories she did share. The wains were frightened in the dark, warlocks, bogles, ghaists and mair. In later years we would rejoice, the Dale's address was tragic, young witches party at the kirk and Tam O'Shanter's magic. Warlocks and witches and a dance, nae could tell young Brent knew frae France, but hornpipes, jigstra, spies and reels put life and metal in their heels. When three mere bairns had come along, Clybiggin's walls were heaving, the family flitted up the hill, Mount Oliphant to leave in. 'Twas here our bard first fell in love, it was harvest time as well. His muse appeared, he wrote a sang to his bonny handsome Nell. A bonny lass, I must confess, is pleasing to the ee, but without some better qualities, she's no the lass for me. But Nellie's looks are blithe and sweet, and what is best of all, her reputation is complete, and fair without a flaw. Alas, the grun was no so good, misled them all to ruin. The harvest failed, 'twas time to leave, with factors' wrath ensuing. Bare tenant bodies, scant of cash, how they mun thole a factor snash, he'll stamp and threaten, curse and swear, he'll apprehend them bind their gear. While they mun stand wi' aspect humble, and hear it all, in fear and tremble. Next, Lochley served the family weel. 6 years they were sae happy. Young Robert grew from youth to man, a fine good-looking chappie. Turbounton was the place to be, to meet wi' lads and lasses. He fell out wi' his father when he went to dancing classes. If I should tell the pick and the whale, the lasses that live here a woman, the fault would be mine if they didna shine, the sweetest and best of them all, man. I'll lure mysel', but darena will tell, my poverty keeps me no man, for making the rhymes and working at times is little or naething at all, man. He headed out to Irvington to learn how to dress the flax. He worked his fingers to the bone, no I mean it to relax. The wintry west extends its blast, and hail and rain does blaw, or the stormy north sends driving forth the blinding sleet and snaw. While tumbling broon the burn comes down and roars wi' bank to brae, and bird and beast in covert rest and pass the heartless day. His misery came to an end, the smithy went up in smoke, so he went hame as he'd set out, no a penny in his poke. A real good pal I met back then, they like poetry the same. He didna reach the fame of Burns, Dave Siller was his name. It's no in titles nor in rank, it's no in wealth like Lunnon Bank to purchase peace and rest. It's no in mackin, muckle, mare, it's no in books, it's no in lear to make us truly blessed. If happiness in no her seat and centre in the breast, we may be wise or rich or great, but never can be blessed. Nae treasures nor pleasures could make us happy lang, the hertsay, the pertay, that makes us recht or wrang. It was on the 4th day of July, 1781, he took his first Masonic step, a new course through life begun. Within the seer mansion, me wavered contention, or withered envy nor renta, me secrecy round by the mystical bound, and brotherly love be the centre. Sad tidings met the family when their good father passed away. The boys already had some plans, and Muskeil was where they'd stay. But now his muse was shining bright, the poems were truly flowing, a feather to his dear bought Bess, his reputation growing. Though now they call me fornicator, and tease my name and country clatter, the mair they talk I'm kent the better, e'en let them clash, and auld wife's tongues are feckless matter to gie ane fash. Though he was but a boy himself, to young Aiken he would teach, the lessons he had learnt so far, should have practised what he'd preach. Aye free offhand your story tell, when we are bosom crony, but still keep something to yoursel, you scarcely tell to ony. Conceal yoursel as well as you can frae critical dissection, but keep through every other man with sharpened, sly inspection. The Mauchline lassie's coat is yin would rise abin them all, her roguish sheen and tempting lips had him smitten, strecht awa. Miss Miller is fine, Miss Mertlin's divine, Miss Smith she is wit and Miss Betty's braw. There's beauty and fortune to get with Miss Morton, but Tarmer's a jewel for me of them all. When his bonny Jean missed her time and found hersel expecting, he arranged for their quick marriage, nae deeds of his neglecting. But Jean's old father hit the flare when he heard her latest news, and packed her off to Paisley Town, the Kirksession to confuse. But Willie Fisher smelt a rat, and to Daddy all did run. The twa were made repent their sins, an annulment then begun. O Lord, thou kens what zeal I bear, when drinkers drink and swearers swear, and singing there and dancing here wi' great and small. For I am keepit by thy fear, free them all. Now, friends and folk that wished him well, urged him on to print some stuff. Subscriptions they would have to find, a wee task that some found tough. And when we muckle qualms ourselves to get my poems printed, well, mony friends nae copies bought, and some their orders stinted. For by the dozen and the score, the names to me was raking. The king o' the buying corps was surely Robert Aiken. And when his poems were put in print, and all Scotland heard his name, they welcomed him in every tune, he adored this new-found fame. Up to the capital I went, to meet with all the gentry, the russet bard where'er I went, I made a gala entry. I am nae poet, in a sense, but just a rhymer, like by chance, and hate to learning nae pretence, yet what the matter, whene'er my muse is on my glance, I jingle at her. The next 4 years he toured the land, and wintered in the city, collecting tunes and songs alang, fine-tuning every ditty. Flow gently, sweet afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. Thy Mary's asleep by thy murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet afton, disturb not her dream. While pressing for an excise place, he turned again to famine. In Ellisland, down by the Nith, a sight that he found charming. Now married to his bonny Jean, the wains were quick in coming. Jean helped it wi' the farmer's wheel, she was an awesome woman. I see her in the dewy flowers, I see her sweet and fair. I hear her in the tune for birds, I hear her charm the air. There's no a bonny flower that springs by fountain shaw green. There's no a bonny bird that sings, but minds me o' my Jean. He finally got an excise place, covering scores of miles each week. The extra work as wheels the firm left him feeling kinda seek. They sold the lease and headed on into Dumfries town to stay. He finished up in Millhouse Brae, it's known as Burns Street today. His latter years he'd spent his time collecting money a song, and left us all his legacy, to us all that now belong. And there's a hand my trusty fear, and he's a hand of thine, and we'll tak a richt willie wa for auld lang syne. He died, alas, way too young. He was only 37. The gifts he had and left for us were surely sent from heaven. 200 years have passed and mair, and yet still his fame does grow. His memory will never fade, for as lang as the rivers flow. He'll hae misfortunes great and small, but I heard abin them all. He'll be a credit till us all, we'll all be proud o' Robin. I'll end this now with Burns' ain words. He's better at this than me, as if he knew we'd all be here, with a glass o' barley bree. A last request, permit me here, as yearly ye assemble all, one round I ask it wi' a tear, to him the bard that's far awa'. Robert Burns. Stay safe, everyone.